So, you've probably heard a lot about your rights as an American: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the right to vote when you turn 18. But here's the thing, those rights don't exist in a vacuum. They only work if we all step up and do our part. Let's break it down. Civil rights are the basic protections you have just for living in the United States. Stuff like the right to equal treatment under the law, protection from discrimination, and yes, the ever-famous Bill of Rights. But these guarantees weren't always available to everyone. Throughout American history, people had to fight, really fight, for their rights. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s, led by legends like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., pushed back against deep-seated discrimination. Women, people with disabilities, and so many others have had to demand their spot at the table too. Today, laws protect you from being treated unfairly at school, at work, when you're renting an apartment, or just going about your life. Schools, for example, have to make sure every student gets a fair shot at education. Employers can't turn you away just because of your race, gender, or religion. But now comes the flip side, civil responsibilities. These are the things you need to do for this whole democracy thing to actually work. The big one? Voting. Once you hit 18, voting lets you help decide who's in charge and what laws get passed. But it's more than just checking a box every few years. Jury duty, obeying the law, paying taxes, respecting each other, these are all part of the deal. Even something as simple as staying informed about what's happening in your city or country matters. That way, when you speak up or cast a vote, you actually know what you're talking about. You see this balance every day, even if you don't realize it. When you share your ideas in class, that's free speech in action. But you've also got to listen when someone else speaks. At school, you have the right to learn, but the responsibility to show up and actually do the work. On social media, you can express yourself, but you shouldn't spread rumors or hurt others online. A lot of people mix up what rights really mean. For example, freedom of speech isn't a free pass to say anything, anytime, anywhere. If your words threaten others or create panic, that's not protected. And rights aren't set in stone. Courts are constantly figuring out how they apply to new situations like online speech or privacy. Some say responsibilities limit freedom, but here's the truth. When everyone pulls their weight, we all get more freedom. Democracy needs more than just voters. It needs listeners, helpers, and people who look out for their neighbors. Your rights are protected when your responsibilities are honored, and that's what makes American citizenship powerful. So, the next time you speak your mind or stand up for someone else, remember, it's all part of the balance that keeps our democracy alive.